Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 1 through chapter 11, verse 25. At that time Yahweh said to me, Hew for yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first, and come up to me on the mountain. And you shall make yourself an ark of wood. Then I write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets which you broke, and you shall put them in the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood, hewed 2 tablets of stone like the first, and went up the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. And he wrote on the tablets, according to the first writing, the 10 words which Yahweh had spoken to you in the mountain from the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. Then Yahweh gave them to me, and I turned and came down from the mountain and put the tablets in the ark which I had made. And they are there as Yahweh commanded me. Now the children of Israel set out from the wells of Bnei Yaakan to Moserah. Aaron died there, and he was buried there. And Eleazar his son became priest in his place. From there they set out to Gudgodah, and from Gudgodah to Yothbatha, a land of rivers of water. At that time Yahweh separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, to stand before Yahweh, to serve him, and to bless in his name to this day. Therefore Levi has no portion nor inheritance with his brothers. Yahweh is his inheritance, as Yahweh your Elohim promised him. And I stayed in the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, and Yahweh heard me at that time also, and Yahweh chose not to destroy you. And Yahweh said to me, Arise, go before the people to set out, and let them go in and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. And now, Yisrael, what is Yahweh your Elohim asking of you, but to fear Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your being, to guard the commands of Yahweh and his laws which I command you today for your good? See, the heavens and the heaven of heavens belong to Yahweh your Elohim, also the earth with all that is in it. Yahweh delighted only in your fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, you above all peoples, as it is today. And you shall circumcise the foreskin of your heart, and harden your neck no more. For Yahweh your Elohim is Elohim of mighty ones, and Master of masters, the great El, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality, nor takes a bribe. He executes right ruling for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and a garment. And you shall love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. Fear Yahweh your Elohim, serve him and cling to him, and swear by his name. He is your praise, and he is your Elohim, who has done for you these great and awesome deeds which your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Mitzrayim with 70 beings, and now Yahweh your Elohim has made you as numerous as the stars of the heavens. And you shall love Yahweh your Elohim, and guard his charge, even his laws, and his right rulings, and his commands always. And you shall know today, for it is not your children who have not known, and who have not seen the discipline of Yahweh your Elohim, his greatness, his strong hand, and his outstretched arm, and his signs, and his works, which he had done in the midst of Mitzrayim, to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and to all his land, and that which he had done to the army of Mitzrayim, to their horses and their chariots, when he made the waters of the sea of reeds overflow them as they pursued you, and how Yahweh has destroyed them to this day, and what he had done for you in the wilderness till you came to this place, and what he had done to Dathan and Abiram, and sons of Eliab, sons of Reuben, when the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up, and their households and their tents, and all the living creatures that were in their possession, in the midst of all Yisrael. For yours are the eyes that saw all the great work of Yahweh which he did. And you shall guard every command which I command you today, so that you are strong, and shall go in and shall possess the land which you are passing over to possess, and to prolong your days in the land which Yahuweh swore to give your fathers, to them and their descendants, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land which you are going in to possess is not like the land of Mitzrayim, from which you have come, where you sowed your seed and watered it by foot as a vegetable garden. But the land which you are passing over to possess is a land of hills and valleys, which drinks water from the rain of the heavens, a land which Yahuweh your Elohim looks after. The eyes of Yahuweh your Elohim are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the latter end of the year. And it shall be that if you diligently obey my commands which I command you today, to love Yahuweh your Elohim and to serve him with all your heart and with all your being, then I shall give you the rain for your land in its season, the early rain and the latter rain, and you shall gather in your grain and your new wine and your oil, and I shall give grass in your fields for your livestock, and you shall eat and be satisfied. Guard yourselves lest your heart be deceived, and you turn aside and serve other mighty ones and bow down to them. Then the displeasure of Yahuweh shall burn against you, and he shall shut up the heavens, and there be no rain, and the land not give its increase. And you shall perish quickly from the good land which Yahuweh is giving you, and you shall lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your being, and shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach them to your children, speaking of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates, so that your days and the days of your children are increased on the soil of which Yahuweh swore to your fathers to give them, as the days of the heavens on the earth. For if you diligently guard all these commands which I command you, to do it, to love Yahuweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cling to him, then Yahuweh shall drive out all these nations before you, and you shall dispossess greater and stronger nations than you. Every place on which the sole of your foot treads is yours, from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even to the western sea is your border. No man shall stand against you. Yahuweh your Elohim shall put the dread of you and the fear of you upon all the land where you tread, as he has spoken to you.